And just like that, with their new goalie, they might be stopping all of those big North Conference opponents.
For the Alpena Wildcats, they're coming off their first district championship since 2001, and they want to have another strong year.
Alpena's Mitchell Day makes running look way too easy. His story next.
You know, this next step is continuing on with that.
All right, thank you, Coach. The sun is shining. He's got his shades on. We're ready for football here at Wildcat Stadium.
Now we enter the awkward part of local sports. There's just a lull in the air, but don't say that to the spring teams. In one squad, Rogers City has a lot of promise for this upcoming season. If you think about football, NFL, you need offense. Defense is great, Darius Slay and company, but you really need Matthew Stafford to step up against Cam Newton's Panthers.
Johannesburg Lewiston is facing a big issue heading into this season with only 19 guys on their roster. They have some challenges to overcome.
Former Lions head coach Jim Caldwell is out in Detroit. The Lions might as well have some binoculars because the search for a new head coach is becoming more clear. And after this past weekend, the Lions have keyed in on a potential employer.
So, Michael, I got to ask, when are you going to bowl your perfect game?
I don't know if I'm ever going to bowl a perfect game or even get over 100. That's kind of where I am right now. But talking to Wally, he just brought so much light to a sport that kind of is under the radar, and I love his passion. That was the first thing I noticed in the story. 2 perfect games. It's unbelievable, really. I don't think this is going to happen in quite some time.
It's an ordinary practice for Alpena's Caden Wisniewski. Nearly every day, the Wildcat takes it to the hardwood to work on his game.
He's a battler. He wants to compete. He wants to win. You know, that's his goal out there.
This year is a little different. Wisniewski played JV last year as a sophomore. Now he has all the skills that impressed head coach John Pintar, and he put him on varsity.
He can knock down a shot for us, so it brought an offensive weapon that can really kind of give us a spark out there.
The 5'9" guard had been dreaming about suiting up as a Wildcat since he was young.
I loved watching the old groups that used to come through when I was a little kid. I loved coming to Wildcat basketball games with my friends and just watching them, because I remember watching them and I was like, man, I want that to be me one day, you know.
Wisniewski accomplished all of this without the use of his left hand. The junior guard suffered a birth defect early on in his childhood. He's never seen his disability as a setback.
Everybody always says, oh, he can only do this, he can only do that. I can do everything everybody else can, so it doesn't matter to me what you have to say, because I'm going to do what I have to do.
He just works so much harder. I mean, you wouldn't even know that he has that disability. It's just the way he plays. He's such a good player. It just doesn't even matter that he has that.
I don't know, it's just some type of birth defect that happened, but it doesn't faze me. It is what it is, you know. I'm going to live life I want, and I'm going to do the best I can do with it, you know.
WBKB Sports, Michael Gilbert.
The Owls host the best team in the North Star League, Hillman. The Tigers have a phenomenal record, plus they're ranked 7th in Class D hoops. The orange and black team, well, they're looking to win their 17th straight game. The Owls band warming up for the North Star League clash between the home team, Oscoda, and top-ranked Hillman. First quarter, Lindsay Reba snatches the ball away from the Owls, and then she heads down the court. A little mano-y-mano, drives, the foul, count the basket. She led the Tigers in scoring with 15. The orange squad, they lead 10-2. But the Owls stay strong thanks to the inside game of Lauren Langley. Double L hitting the inside shot. She posted 19 points on the night. Oscoda also had moments in transition. Macy Kellstrom to Isabel Holverson for the layup. Owls trailed 20-17, but Hillman, they started to break out in the second quarter. The Tigers playing some good defense, get the steal. Reba again on the break, showcases her Euro step for the deuce. Hillman outscored Oscoda 23-12 in the second quarter. So Hillman leads 41-29 under 8 seconds to spare in the third quarter. Team basketball leads to Josie Applegreen in the third quarter buzzer beater. Tigers. Well, they wouldn't look back. Hillman jams out in Oscoda, defeating the Owls 63-50. The Tigers, they've won 17 straight games. And staying with girls basketball, Rogers City rolls by mile to win 53-29 behind Kayla Rabo's 17 points. A lot of Hurons contributed in the win. 11 of 12 players scored in that contest. And the Lady Vikings continue to play sharp basketball. Bozen Downs, Augrey Sims, 55-46. Kaylee Tulip led all scorers with 25 points. She has 972 career points. She's just 28 points from that coveted 1,000-point milestone. The Vikes improved to 10-6 on the season. Alcona hosted Whittemore Prescott. The Tigers were looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Plus, it was also a special night for those rocking gold and blue. HS held their senior night on Monday with girls holding a unique poster with their jersey. They're taking on Whittemore Prescott. First quarter, great start for the Tigers. Faith Wallenmeyer with the reverse layup. Alcona starts off great, 4-0. Nice start for the first four-year players. Moments later, though, the long shots begin to fall. Megan Grove to Haley Gordy, knocking down the triple like it's nothing. Hashtag buckets. Alcona takes a 16-6 lead at the end of one. We go to the second quarter. Whittemore's Caitlin Liddell. She'll find herself open, draining the trifecta. And then the Cards, they're trying to climb back in this one, but the Tigers, they always had an answer. Ensuing possession, Kirsten Tompkins registering the beyond the arc J. Tigers just kept pouring it on from downtown. Now Alcona flies by Whittemore Prescott to win 51-33 on Monday night. And for some high school boys basketball, Tawas holds off Holden Lake 74-66. Mike Anderson and Owen Irvin combined for 39 points on the evening. And this was a tough game, though. Braves were up by as much as 17 in the first half. When they had foul trouble in the second half, they were still able to get the victory. And that score you're seeing on the bottom, well, that's not a typo. Posen cruising by Onaway, 82-37. The Vikings were leading 34-0 after the end of the first quarter. Jared Sharp was balling out there. He finished with 30 points. But the story of the night is Ian Hinka. He had 3 charges tonight. And why that is cool, because Posen's head coach Chris Keller owes every individual a Powerade for every successful charge. So that's pretty sweet. Hinka, if you have any left, my favorite Powerade is Fruit Punch. 2 potential playoff teams go head-to-head in tonight's NBA contest. It's the Western Conference New Orleans Pelicans and the Pistons facing off tonight in Detroit. We'll head to the second half, and one guy was feeling a little warmer than Little Caesar's Pizza. Anthony Davis, downtown triple, stroking it. He had a big night for the Pelicans. New Orleans, well, they still lead in this one. But Motor City's big guy himself, and recently off the trade, he has a couple of little step-back jumper three-pointer. That's good. He led the Pistons with 22 points and 6 rebounds, but that may not have been enough. Pistons closing in by 4, but we go to the fourth and more from Anthony Davis. That one's good. He throws it up from three-point land. Davis finishes the game with a double-double, 38 points and 10 rebounds for the big man. Pelicans surge past the Pistons 118-103 with the help of Davis. Pistons drop their 3rd straight, and they fall 3 games out of 8th place in the Eastern Conference standings. So, very interesting game, and obviously the matchup that everybody wanted to see, Griffin versus Davis, it goes the Pelicans' way.